Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of Game Set Bet in Parlay Studios. I'm your co-host, Crina and Mustafa, alongside Sarah Pereira, as always, for a special edition of Game Set Bet during Roland Garros. We're finally through the first round. We got a lot to kind of get through, maybe some more upsets, maybe some updated odds, at least on the women's side. Although I think the men's might be updated, depending on how Carlos's match goes.
We have the live match right here. So, yeah, I don't know if we're just getting into Carlos right now. He won his first set 6-1. It looked comfortable. We were excited. And then he lost his second 7-6, and then his third 7-5. But now he's up 2-0 in the fourth.
Okay, so we'll see.
It's gonna be a long one.
Hopefully, you can pull a Halep and be
just
win
amazing.
when we're done. But yeah, let's start on the women's side though.
Yeah.
There are a couple of names that are through. Pliškova's through. Ostapenko is going to face Cornet. Danielle Collins is through. A lot of these, they won their matches pretty easily. Like Badosa went through 6-2, 6-0, and that's kind of been reflected in the rankings for the winning the whole thing overall.
Yeah.
Some upsets maybe. I don't know if you would want to call it that, but Emma Raducanu lost this morning to Alexandra Sasnovich in 3 sets. Where are you at with Emma? Because I know there's been a lot of discourse around her ever since she won the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's still a young tennis player. It's hard. I don't want to judge somebody who's still so young and getting into the sport, but I do think she initially got so much, appreciation because she was that young and because she won a Grand Slam, but I still don't think we've seen the best of her yet, and it's hard to put all of this on her and be like, now she's losing and stuff. Yeah, because she's still getting into it. I feel like I'm also still getting to know her. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm definitely there. I was like, with her and even with Leylah Fernandez as well, who we're going to talk about, is like, they just need more experience. Like, 100%. They went on this incredible run in September or whenever the U.S. Open was, and now all this expectation has been placed on them. And to be 19 years old with that much pressure on you, I feel like it definitely has an effect. But yeah, I'm like, it's totally okay. Like, she got through the first round. Like, it's literally step by step.
100%.
I like, the amount of pressure, especially because she gets all these brand deals as well. And now she's kind of just blown up.
She became the face for a lot of things really quickly.
Yeah, and it's like, you should be winning that people are saying you should be winning to kind of back that stuff up. But it's like, she's 19 years old. She'll get there. And then another one who we kind of talked about yesterday, Kerber.
Yeah.
She's into the third round. She won her match this morning. So keep her on your radar because I feel like she could be one of those sneaky little okay, maybe she gets the quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even more.
Yeah.
We talked about comebacks yesterday and redemptions for sure. We did have an upset. Muchova defeated Sakkari this morning in 2 tiebreaks, which was kind of tight. It's not surprising if Muchova has that kind of tendency, she can upset a big seed like that, but still, I kind of expected Sakkari to kind of go farther.
100%, yeah. I mean, I thought, it was a great match. They really pushed it to the limits. When you see so many the tie breaks, that it's obviously such a close battle between the 2 tennis players. But yeah, I definitely thought we'd see her maybe going into the quarters, at least. She's a great tennis player, and I also I really like her too. I'm a bit upset with this one, but listen, this is tennis. This is the Roland Garros. What can you do?
For sure. I've definitely been on the Sakkari train for quite a bit. I thought last year she could have won Most Improved Player. I just think that she's so, first of all, she's so fit. She's literally a tank.
It's amazing.
She's literally built different. But yeah, no, she's a really solid player. I want her to have as much success as possible. And then Anisimova continues to be solid. She's through. And she actually moved up in the odds to win the entire thing. So Iga is still by far the big favorite here. I don't think that's going to change unless somebody miraculously upsets her. But Anisimova is now second. So Halep was there yesterday at plus 1,400, and now Anisimova has moved up there. How are we feeling about that? Because Halep has fallen to 4th.
Yeah, I'm looking at these odds. It's always tough. I get that they have to adjust based on who won, who's going to play who, what's the bracket looking like, but I don't know. We saw Halep yesterday, she dropped the first set.
The second
set. She won the first, and then she came. And she looked like, all right, I lost the set. What am I going to do? What do I need to adjust? For me, I still wouldn't rule out somebody with her experience, with her talent. Let's see. I feel like we're all getting ahead of ourselves here. I still think she has great chances to win. I disagree with the odd makers on this one.
Yes, we're Simona Halep fan
Can you
in this
see her sticker?
household. Exactly. My laptop stickers. I have like two. I have one that says her name and one that says I'd rather be watching Simona Halep. So you kind of know where we're at. Let's move on to the ATP. So not much to say here. Obviously, we're still waiting to see if Carlos Alcaraz makes it out of his round. That one's kind of stressful. The odds were the same though this morning as yesterday, so nothing's changed there. It is, however, to note, Tsitsipas is behind Rafa at fourth at plus 500 to win. I think he's also kind of another sneaky contender maybe that could pull off something like this. I think he was in the final last year, so he definitely has a skill and ability to make it far in clay.
Yeah, I think also it depends on what side of the bracket is he on as well. Because if he's on the same side as all of these guys, then I mean, I'm telling you, like these quarters, we're gonna see they're gonna be insane for that side of the bracket. Like it's just gonna be nuts.
Yeah, for sure. Like he literally just had like a major comeback from 2 sets down against Musetti. And I think, I forgot who pointed it out, but last year, Djokovic did the same thing. He was down 2 sets against Musetti. He came back and then he ended up winning Roland Garros. So people are like,
no, let's not do that.
Is Tsitsipas going to go through the same route? But I don't know. And then kind of like the last thing on the ATP side that I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you saw this in Rublev's match, but after the first set, he had lost the first set. And he got like ATP specifically. And like, I don't really know, like they don't really have it under control. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I feel like with tennis though, we've always seen this. I mean, I definitely think it's maybe a little bit more prevalent now, but like, I mean, even just with, okay, let's say Kyrgios out of all the people, like he's always doing the most on the court and whatnot, but we've definitely seen explosions from Djokovic, from Nadal, like it is one of those sports where it's almost like it's not necessarily normal, but it is something they do. You know, they'll smash their rackets, they'll, whack the ball, the water bottle. Like, I get it. I think, like, I don't want to read too much into this because I know it's so difficult if they're disagreeing with, you know, a call that was made, if they're, you know, upset with themselves. Almost like, I feel like it's just part of the sport and I don't want to read too much into it unless, like, they, you know, say something, like, completely offside or somebody gets hurt. But otherwise, I'm like, that's tennis.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I think because if that ball was like an inch shorter, like it would have like knocked that guy's head out, and he would have been defaulted for sure.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like as long as nobody's getting hurt, but then you also kind of have to watch like control how you are
100%
reacting. Let's move on to the Canadians. Like we said yesterday, Chapeau is out, so that's that. But Bianca and Leylah. So Leylah did win her match today. She awaits the winner of Bianca Andreescu or Belinda Bencic, which both have their challenges within itself, but I think you and I are both rooting for an all-Canadian third round.
Yeah, I mean, of course, how can you not? That game, sorry, I was just checking, has still been pushed back. It was supposed to start at 10:15 and is now set to start 12:20 our time in Toronto. So I guess, we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. We'll talk about it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, how fun would it be just for like, you know, we don't get to have this chance that often as Canadian fans. I think it would be great. I think it would be a really fun matchup. And regardless of the winner, I think we would be happy. You know what I mean? So why not? Like, it's good for both of them. I think it's going to be really, really challenging for Bianca to get through. I think this is our biggest hurdle right now. But rooting for her. I'm not feeling confident, though, I will say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm hoping Bianca goes through because then we at least get a Canadian that out of that matchup with Leylah. Belinda Bencic is definitely going to be a big test for her. But I still think, I think she can pull it off. I'm still kind of, cautious because I don't want to be too overconfident, but I think it's something that she can definitely achieve. And then on the men's side, Mr. Felix Auger-Aliassime, who you had a lot of praise for yesterday.
Yeah,
well, he had a much easier straight sets win today compared to his first round win, which was 5 sets. But looks like he's getting there.
I'm really happy for him. And like you were saying, you had your Canadian power rankings and you had Felix at the top, and I feel he is proving you right. This is the guy. No, I'm really happy with him. I think this is great, and he's a very reliable, I think, Canadian tennis player that we have after so long. And I think it's great. He's going to go and play Krajinovic. Sorry, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, guys. But yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I think it looks good for him so far. I think he can, beat him too. And I don't know, I really would love to see him in the quarters. That would just be with all these big names that are here, all at the same time. I'm really hoping.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna get much more challenging the more that he progresses. So the more easier wins he gets, the better it will be for him long term for this tournament. But yeah, lots of exciting tennis going on. We're getting through the rounds. We're starting to get closer to some of those spicier matchups. So
yes, and we have Rafa playing later today.
Yes, that's right.
Moutet. So let's go.
Let's go.
Let's pray. We gotta have Rafa there.
Yes, for sure. And yeah, so that's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow to discuss more of the second round and maybe some upsets. I don't know. We'll see.
Gonna be him.
But I've been your host, Crina Mustafa, alongside Sarah Prairie, and this has been Game Set Bet.